harmonica stuffed in her mouth. It hurt so much that she could only speak by blowing air, but her friend's first reaction was to pull out her phone to live stream it.
Dude, are you live streaming this?
It just seems a waste not to.
The firefighters were speechless. Since that's the case, they might as well let her 8 fans see it. Don't stuff everything in your mouth, or you'll end up like this girl, looking like a fool while being watched by the crowded, with lubricant on her lips. The scene of her mouth open, with the pliers looked ridiculous.
Make you act foolish in front of people that you love. Tell you that they love you back. But you just take it from me. TikTok will ruin your dang life. What? Okay.
The boy and his newborn sister were trapped in a burning hospital. Smoke was seeping in from under the door, and the little baby was in grave danger. Fortunately, he found a landline and dialed 911.
911, what's your emergency?
Help! I can't find my mom and dad!
The operator asked where he was. He glanced at the room number, 318. The operator told him to stay put, and promised firefighters would be there soon. But when the firefighters arrived, they found room 318 had been engulfed in flames, and there was no one inside. The operator lost contact with the boy as well.
Hello? Come on. Unit 118, this is Dispatcher Collins. We've lost connection with a minor caller in room 318. Line is dead.
Just when everyone thought the 2 kids were lost, another operator received a call.
911, what's your emergency?
Where are they? They aren't here.
Who am I speaking with?
Parker.
They said they were coming to get me and my sister.
Parker, I need you to stay with me on the phone, okay?
It turned out the boy saw mirrored numbers. They were actually in room 81E. Firefighters rushed over and rescued them.
Let's go, come on!
A memorial service was happening inside, but then, a car suddenly crashed in, sending the coffin flying. When the firefighters arrived, they found an elderly person trapped under the car, who looked exactly like the person in the photo. The firefighters thought they were twins, and comforted her, saying they were sorry for the loss. But then the lady said she didn't have a twin. The picture is her. It turned out the elderly person wasn't having a funeral, but a farewell party while still alive. The elderly person had late-stage bone cancer, and wanted to see family and friends one last time, but no one expected this accident to happen. The urgent thing now was to rescue the elderly person. They used airbags to lift the car. As the airbags inflated, the car was raised higher. The elderly person was finally saved, and her grandson handed her flowers, wishing her a speedy recovery. Do you miss the elderly at home? The 2 are in the heat battle for the next lieutenant. The first challenge is rolling up hoses.
First firefighter to roll their hose into a successful donut without any kinks wins.
The medic reminds them not to play dirty or spit. The hot girl looks confused, asking who would spit. The man, on the other hand, is full of confidence. As the competition starts, the girl stays calm and moves steadily ahead, leading by a wide margin. The man is chasing her closely but slowly. At the last moment, the girl falters. The man seizes the opportunity and catches up, with both of them reaching the finish line almost simultaneously.
Photo finish, Nance! 17.6 seconds for Paul.
Mateo, for Marjan, 23 seconds and counting.
The judge actually forgets to stop the timer, so no one knows who won. At this point, the man, who had been talking big before the race, suddenly becomes humble, saying the girl won. The girl replies the man reached the finish line first. In the end, they agree it was a tie. Their teammates nearby can't help. Weren't you 2 competing for the lieutenant position? Why are you being so friendly? Surprisingly, they say,
We don't care about rank.
Yeah, man, we barely been thinking about that promotion.
Seriously, we're not gonna let a little competition get between our friendship.
The teammates roll their eyes, thinking about how long they can keep this up. Sure enough, during the next call to action, both compete to show off. A dude suffers from carbon monoxide poisoning and collapses in the truck, spinning in circles in the mud. The man initially planned to drive the fire truck to block the car, but the girl charges straight in.
Let her go.
Quickly stopping the vehicle.
Bravo, Maloney. Showboat.
The woman slipped and lost her hand. When replacing the grease trap over, the girl wants to use a pole to fish it out, but the man jumps in directly, bringing it back. The captain sends someone to grab a hose. Both of them rush forward.
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm helping clear the line.
Are you there?
Are you? Go. Guys, what's going on?
You opened the wrong gate, didn't you?
He did it.
A long needle is stuck in the boy's heart, but what the doctor doesn't know is that there are 4 more needles in his chest. Just a moment ago, the hospital got a patient who not only had a needle in his chest, but pushed it even deeper. The doctor was so scared that he quickly gave him a sedative, which helped the boy calm down. After some tests, the doctor found that the long needle had pierced the boy's heart, and surgery was needed right away. However, the boy refused surgery because he has his PhD thesis defense next month. This made him very stressed, and he couldn't breathe well. Having the needle in his chest felt like a way to release that pressure, so he could breathe normally. Seeing the boy so anxious, the doctor gave him some medicine to help with his anxiety, and he felt much better. The doctor explained that his anxiety was caused by both mental stress and physical problems, but with surgery, they could fix it all. To stop feeling so bad, the boy finally agreed to the surgery. Now, the pressure in his chest can finally ease. In broad daylight, robbers actually held up an armored truck. But the driver was full of confidence. After all, the windshield was made in China. He was ready to drive right through, but the next moment, when the firefighters arrived, the man in the passenger seat was barely conscious. The firefighters quickly grabbed tools to pry open the armored truck, but it was just too tough. They even broke the jaws trying to get in.
This thing just broke the jaws. This thing's like a tank.
More like a vault.
Then the blackie noticed blood on the glass. It was spreading, which meant it wasn't from a crash or collision, but from a gunshot. There had to be a bullet hole in that truck. That's where they could break in. Before long, they found the hole in the glass, and they started hammering away. After 666 hits, the glass only had a small crack. The captain couldn't wait any longer, and went for the big hammer.
Clear out!
All right, bring the hook.
Finally, they managed to pull the glass away, and they rescued the man in the passenger seat. But the driver wasn't so lucky. He had already been shot and died.
Looks like the bullet severed the carotid. No pulse. He's gone, Cap.
The firefighters are saving someone, but they get a ticket. Just a moment ago, there was a car accident. Send the driver flying. The firefighter was helping, but the police gave them a ticket for blocking traffic. The captain wanted to keep the peace, but after signing the ticket, the police made fun of him.
You have a great day.
So, the fire chief tore up the ticket.
You have a great day, too.
But a few days later, the fire department got a call for help from the police. The police got trapped in a fire while chasing a criminal. Even though the fire chief didn't like the police, he rushed in without thinking. When the police saw the fire chief, he finally realized his mistake.
You guys walk into this every day. You're so brave.
After escaping the fire, they hugged tightly. Both serve the people. Every job is heroic. What do you think?